Okay, so last part we got one of the multiple endings in this scenario. I am going to report the truth is due but break her promise. Everything. And see if that makes any changes. My sanity dropped because of it. You reveal everything to Sherman, including Irene's involvement. I don't understand. So there was no illness at all? Bishop Wiseman tricked my daughter into eating this candy and staged everything? Irene, is this true? Did the bishop tell you to eat this? The little girl tenses up, her eyes welling with tears despite her best efforts to hold them back. Papa, I'm sorry. I was scared when I was home alone. Mr. Wiseman told me I could eat this candy whenever I missed you. And if I did, you'd come back to me. But he also said that if I told you, you'd disappear and never return. I was so scared, I didn't want you to disappear. Oh, my dear Irene. Listen to me. Papa is not going to disappear. I will always be here for you. If you ever feel scared or worried, just tell me, alright? Really? Do you promise you won't leave me alone anymore? I promise. Papa will always be there for you. Irene finally relaxes at her father's reassurance. But you, as an adult, understand the harsh truth. Unless Sherman is willing to abandon his career, this promise is a little more than a comforting lie. Now that we know the truth, there's no reason to stay here any longer. We're not attending the worship. Let's get out of this place. Followers attack us. So I guess this time what I'll do is leave them alone and seek help. There are too many of them. Stay safe, Mr. Sherman. Follow their instructions for now. They won't harm you immediately. I'll find help and come back for you. Alright, we'll stay. We'll attend the worship. Just don't lay a hand on my daughter. You slip away, leaving the church behind. The followers make no attempt to chase you. Instead, you watch as they silently shut the heavy church gates behind them, sealing Sherman and Irene inside. The sky overhead is dimming. Twilight gives way to darkness. A heavy unease settles in your gut. I need to find help, fast. I think this is just going to be an instant ending. Seek help. You rush to Sherman's mansion, hoping to find help. Outside, a group of workers are engaged in a heated argument with the guards. Desperation fuels your plea for their assistance. Sherman needs help. Ha! That bastard deserves whatever's coming to him. Who cares? We won't lift a finger for him. We work 12-hour days and he barely pays us enough to live. Their words cut deeper with each passing second. Though they bicker amongst themselves, the sentiment is clear. None of them will help you. We shall fight until we win. Seeing the signs in their hands, you know then that you won't find any allies here. Frustrated, you make your way to the police station at the foot of the mountain. The clock ticking in your hand, in your mind. Inside, you spot a familiar face, Sherman's butler. Looking frantic as he pleads with officers, he desperately requests their aid in handling the workers' riot. You approach the butler, and the officers urgently explain what's happening at the church. Urgency explaining what's happening at the church. The church is holding Sherman and his daughter hostage. The sheriff's expression twists with disbelief. What the hell's going on today? First the riot, now this? We can't let anything happen to him. If we don't act, things will spiral out of control. Though weary, the sheriff finally agrees to help. The butler, his face pale with worry, joins you as well. As you approach the church, night has fully settled in. There are no lights shining from within its walls, and the silence around you feels suffocating, almost unnatural. Looking up, you notice snowflakes drifting down, but upon closer inspection, they appear to be something else. Small, fluorescent spores drifting lazily in the air. Just as you begin to question what could be happening, the ground beneath you trembles. Run! It's an earthquake! The place is going to collapse! Yeah, instant ending. The earth shakes once more, and the very ground beneath your feet groans with a deafening rumble. Rock cracks and the air is filled with the sound of breaking stone. From within the church, a horrifying sight emerges. Countless writhing tentacles, thick and fleshy, surge through the walls, resembling grotesque vines that have been trapped for far too long. The sheriff reacts quickly, grabbing you by the arm and pulling you forward in a desperate bid to escape. But in the blink of an eye, a swarm of tentacles pierce his chest, tearing through his body with terrifying precision. He looks down at the gaping wound, shock and disbelief overtaking his face. But then something changes in his expression, a sickening calm. His body goes limp, but his face contorts into a smile, a twisted sense of peace settling over him. Dexterity check. You weave through the collapsing rubble, narrowly avoiding the shower of gravel that rains down from above. The chaos around you quickens your pulse, your heart pounding as adrenaline surges through your veins. The ground shakes beneath your feet as the monster's tentacle lash out once more. Faster than any human could possibly react. Before you can even think, the tentacles strike with brutal precision. You feel an excruciating jolt as one of them sweeps towards you. Your feet leave the ground in an instant and you are yanked forward. A sharp pain pierces through your chest. In that split second, a strange calm washes over you. Your mind drifts away from the horror unfolding before your eyes, replaced by the image of a peaceful field. Rows of roses bloom in a soft, sun-drenched landscape, their scent filling the air. Sweet, soothing, and utterly serene. You feel warmth spreading through your body, the pain fading as it is, replaced by an unnatural comfort. Your eyelids grow heavy, and the world around you blurs. Load latest save. Conscious decompose. Trace back. Okay. That's just one of the endings. So, with that said, through the power of Yogg-Sothoth, we shall warp farther back. So that leaves me only one option. Well, actually two more. Being sick feels awful, but Papa will come back for me. He always does. When I'm alone, everything gets so scary. Because this is all I've already read. So that just leaves me to explore this path. Read the documents. You begin to read through the documents. The handwriting is hasty and scratchy, leading you to assume it must belong to a doctor. After a bit of effort, you manage to make sense of the content. What exactly is the vessel of the soul? I must discover it. No longer can I experiment on myself. It's becoming an obstacle. I need fresh subjects, fresh material for my work. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm certain it's tied to the light I've seen appearing at the moment of death. Yes, that light, it's not just an illusion, it's a soul. It doesn't disappear right away, even when the subject's head is severed. I need more. I need new materials to continue. Where exactly is it? Not in the skull, not in the heart, not in the bones, not in the torso, not in the flesh. I've made a grave mistake. I need to retest everything immediately. I didn't account for time. It was right there staring at me. I found it. The answer is so simple, so obvious. The container of the soul is fresh blood. What did he do? He's using living humans as material. You found some experiment records in the cemetery. What exactly is it? Sorry, I lost it. You've seen before? Auto-saving. Footsteps. Someone's coming. New character. Before you can find a place to hide, the cemetery door creaks open. A woman steps inside, her striking blue hair catching the dim light. A quiet melancholy lingers in her expression, yet her presence feels deliberate, assured. Her attire suggests she holds a high rank within the church. Her gaze lands on you immediately, without a hint of surprise, as if she already knew you would be here. Relax, I know why you're here. For now, I have no intention of calling for anyone else. I'd like you to stay here until the end of worship. After that, I'll let you leave. It's an important day for Wiseman. He's taking precautions. Guards are stationed at every exit. You won't be getting out either way. The mention of the church's lockdown sends a wave of unease through you. You can't tell if she's being honest or not. All you feel is the creeping sense of helplessness, like a small boat drifting helplessly toward the heart of a raging whirlpool. There's only two of you inside the cemetery, and she's waiting for your reply. You will ask about her intention. Alright, I'll play along for now. But I have one question. You've known about Wiseman's experiments all this time, so why do you still stand by him? As I expected, you have a kind soul. If you truly seek the truth before deciding what to do, then I'll tell you everything. 10 years ago, a tall woman approached my sister and me. She asked us to become heirs to her church. At the time, our family was poor. We struggled just to survive, so we agreed without hesitation. We never went hungry again after that, but life in the church was nothing but like we imagined. It was cruel, beyond anything you can fathom. My sister was stronger, smarter than me. She protected me every step of the way. But over time, she changed. She became ruthless, brutal, and eventually she started losing her mind. She had to. It was the only way to survive in that place. Then, the woman who brought us here disappeared, and my sister, she became the Archbishop. For a moment, I thought we had finally made it through, that we had survived, but I was wrong. Do you have any idea what happens when an archbishop goes mad? My sister sought out twisted pleasures, horrors beyond words. I still remember the dismembered bodies of children, their faces frozen in agony. And then, finally, she ended it herself. One night, she said she felt cold, and so she set the church on fire. I watched her walk into the flames, smiling, as if she had found some kind of peace. She looked at me, said something, but I was crying too hard to hear her words. When the fire was over, all that remained of her was a charred corpse. That was when Wiseman arrived with his faction. He told me he could still see my sister's soul lingering. That was when the time was right. He would help bring her back. In return, he asked me to help the church keep the church running. Back then, he treated people well. His medical skills earned him great respect, and his reputation quickly grew. He healed many, and the people in this town placed their trust in him. He devoted himself to creating a potion, something he called the elixir. He distributed it among his followers. And in case you're wondering about all the bones and coffins around, the elixir satisfies both one's hunger and taste, allowing them to extend their life at the cost of consuming their own lifespan. I never wanted to take part in such sins. I argued with him, told him he shouldn't be using the elixir at all. But he had his justifications. He told me the ones he chose were already beyond saving. He claimed he explained the risk to each of them before he took it. And that's the whole story. I only wish to maintain things as they are. Your investigation led you to the history of St. Michael's Church, which stood 6 years ago. But then it had existed for 20 years, or by then it existed for 20 years, with Archbishop Noel succeeding the previous leader after the mysterious disappearance. But after the Great Fire, the church's long-buried secrets were finally exposed. During the police investigation, countless missing children were discovered deep within the church. Later inquiries uncovered even darker truth, revealing the church's close ties with local officials who had aided them in a sinister child trafficking operation. Noelle tells you about the past, and you find her to connected to the demise of the innocent children of the Great Fire. You will. I kind of want to see the alternate outcome. Let's do this one first. I'd like to learn more about your worship. Since you can guarantee my safety, I'm curious to see what it's all about. Just then, the church bell tolls. The worship has begun. Let's witness it together. You follow Noel into the church hall, where the benches are already filled with followers. Wiseman stands aside. Seems he's ready to begin. He grips the scarlet cross tightly. He steps slow and deliberately as he ascends the pulpit. In your experience, the beginning of many speeches is often a display of grandeur, meant to impress. Yet, as you look at Wiseman, you notice a certain fragility in him, a sadness that lingers on his face. I have been among you for 6 years now. 6 years ago, this place was mirrored in human trafficking and the violence of all kinds. Those in power show no regard for life, only for their own gain. The rich profited while the poor suffered. He glances briefly at Sherman, who shrugs with indifference. Wiseman then shifts his gaze to the congregation, his voice steady but filled with deep emotion. As I walk this path, I have spoken with many lost souls. I am so poor, they say. Who can save me? But the truth, dear souls, is this. No one can save you but yourselves. The followers below seem lost in their own thoughts, perhaps reflecting on their past. Painful as you suspect, for each of them has borne a terrible burden. No one can save you. Boom, boom, boom. Actually, I'm going to take this opportunity to take a drink. Even though the blood of God flows through you, you slander, accuse, and harm one another. In the end, all of this is about yourself. What a speech. Through these 6 years, the town has grown stable and harmonious. This is thanks to your efforts to learn how to restrain the evil within you. Now I see your souls. They are transparent, pure, redeemed. Each of you has returned from the sins of your past. You are all part of God. Today is a fateful day, my children. Suffering will end forever and illness shall exist no more. Suddenly a door appears behind the pulpit, hidden in the floor. Follow me. Let us witness the miracle together. You and the followers step through the mysterious passageway. Beneath the church lies a vast space filled with gathered followers who stand in silence, their eyes fixed on the stage. Ooh, that looks disturbing. At the center, Wiseman stands before a strange statue. You have no idea what he might be preparing. This statue, it reminds me of something. There used to be the largest sanctuary in this town, but it was destroyed in the Great Fire. It must have been rebuilt by Bishop Wiseman. There's also a dark tale surrounding this statue. People from the older generation used to believe it was a miraculous statue, one that could make any wish come true. But I've always believed that wishes come with a price. Tell the statue. Alright, don't bring it up. It's fine. Those who wished for wealth became rich shortly after, but they all met untimely deaths. Those who wished for health had their ailments cured, but they all ended up losing their minds. Though it's just a tale. Reporters are always spinning stories to get attention. They'll make anything up, even things like time travel, if it catches the eye. There's a monster. It has 3 eyes. It's staring at me. Irene stares at the gem on the statue, her eyes wide with fear. Despite the flickering flames around her, there's no sign of any monster. It's not here now. Papa, can we go home? It'll be better. I don't want to stay here. Irene, you are everything to me. No amount of wealth matters if I lose you. I can't solve your illness with money. But this is the best chance we have to cure it once and for all. You'll get better, I promise. And once you're well, I'll hire someone to manage my property. We'll go to the seaside for a beautiful vacation. Just hold on a little longer, okay? Okay, Papa. I was caught in the Great Fire, though I was lucky to survive. The flames ravaged my body, leaving scars that still makes me sleep. So that still makes sleep and even eating a struggle. But the bishop helped me. He gave me the elixir, and it eased my pain. He told me that today I will finally be healed. I believe in him. After all, I have nothing left to lose. You're holding your worship ceremony in a place like this? It feels unsettling. I think you misunderstand. This place was once a sanctuary. It was a refuge built to protect the townspeople from war. When the war ended, our church was rebuilt above it. But we left this space as it was. It's stable, well hidden, and perfect for our worship. And besides, the nearby residents appreciate the peace. No one is disturbed by our prayers down here. And if you're wondering about the red fountain, it's because there's vast iron mine beneath the church. The minerals tint the water red. The government once proposed relocating the church to start mining operations here, but Bishop Wiseman refused. Believe me, this is just a simple worship ceremony, nothing more. You listen closely, trying to find any signs that she's hiding something. But her words remain steady and unwavering. She speaks with calm certainty. Her faith in Bishop Wiseman, and in her own words, evident no matter what truth might be. I believe Bishop Wiseman can save us. We've already paid a lot for this worship, and this is our only chance to make things right. Let's witness the miracle together. The worship is Sherman's only hope now. There's no way I can persuade him to leave without solid evidence. Concerned for your clients, you decide to stay and witness the worship. You're also driven by a growing curiosity about what will truly happen during this ceremony. Wait for the worship to begin? Apologies for the wait. Before we begin the worship, please allow me to explain the process. It is written in the holy book that God has no flesh and blood. Rather, the flesh and blood of all living beings belong to her. We as humans cannot sense the presence of God, for our bodies are flawed. Only those with pure and powerful souls can, to some extent, hear her message. Let me put it another way. Imagine a group of people dancing, yet no one hears the music. They would likely be seen as mad. In much the same way, our souls are fractured, broken. We cannot hear her voice. But God exists, and we can sense her through a certain means. For this, we require a ritual. Recite with me, and the chosen will receive her blessings. Nyarlathotep! Oh boy, Nyarlathotep's in the picture, huh? You are asked to recite the words. Will you join them? Forget it. Oh, my body, my skin. It's returned to what it was before. I no longer have to suffer. I feel like I've been freed. My body, my mind, they've never been this at peace. Thank you for bringing me this joy. The miracle, it's real? Irene! Hey, what are you doing? You hear Wiseman's voice, strong and commanding, echoing from the stage. Now she will rise to become our god. Stop them! Boom! Shotgun to the face. We both failed, huh? I can just go repeat action. Jeez, did she get downed? After a fierce struggle, you manage to drive the followers back. Just as you think the battle is over, Wiseman's voice echoes from the stage. Your resistance is in vain. Sherman, you are fortunate. Your sins have been placed upon others. Your daughter should have died in the kidnapping 2 years ago. It was her sacrifice that allowed your daughter to live and enjoy the last 2 years with you. And you, no regrets even as you burden my work. Now my time is running out. Today she is going to return. It's time to take back her blessing from you and your daughter. My Irene. Sherman! As Sherman collapses, Wiseman's face grows even paler than before. His gaze turns to you, cold and resolute. There is nothing more you can do. Leave while you still can. Wiseman wants you to stay away from all these things. You will. Question him. This is all new to me too. Wiseman, what exactly are you trying to do? Innocent lives have already been lost because of you. I am certain Irene has nothing to do with your grudge against Sherman. Innocence? Do you really believe in such a thing? Your understanding is woefully incomplete. People like you, like all of them, only see the world through the narrow keyhole of self-interest. You mistake kindness for virtue and ignorance for righteousness. Let me give you a scenario. Imagine you lent your heart to a dying man. But now you are the one standing at death's door. Would you let yourself perish for his sake, or would you take back what was once yours? Of course, no one would surrender their life so easily. Not for a stranger, not even for a loved one. And yet, she did. She bled for this wretched world. She did not take back what was hers. Even as she withered, even as she suffered. And do you call these people innocent? They are parasites, leeching off her divine essence, living only because they drink her dry. 6 years ago, after the fire, this town was on the brink of collapse. She pitied them, pitied their suffering. So she bled for them, let them drink of her sacred essence. And what did they do in return? They devoured it, they worshipped it. They built this church as a monument to their own greed. Is this justice? Is this fairness? No, it is an abomination. Her gift has become a shackle. Her mercy a prison. I refuse to let her suffer any longer. I will return what is hers. I will unbind her from this torment. She will rise again, eternal, unchained, free. The pallor that once clung to Wiseman's face vanishes, replaced by an unnatural flush of vitality. With unwavering conviction, he presses the cross into a slot beneath the statue. A jagged stone hidden within the mechanism bites into his flesh, carving deep into his arm. Scarlet rivulets spill from the wound, running down the cross like an offering. And in that moment, you finally understand why he always clutches the scarlet cross so tightly. The statue stirs, a deep, guttural hum resonates through the chamber, and the air around you thickens, swelling with heat. And we're back here. The earth trembles violently, the crimson water seeps into the cracks of the ritual hall, vanishing into the floor as if drawn by an unseen force. Rocks crack, the air is filled with the sound of breaking stone, countless writhing tentacles, thick and fleshy, surge through the walls and floor. They slither and coil, an unnatural heartbeat humming beneath your feet, as if the earth itself is awakening. The swirling energy converges upon the fleshy tentacles, merging and twisting until they take shape, a colossal vine, its movements serpentine as it tears through the walls with monstrous strength. Then, with one final cataclysmic lurch, the vines burst through the church's domed ceiling, and at its peak, something begins to bloom. A massive, bloated dandelion unfurls atop the writhing mass of flesh. Spores drift from above, spiraling downward like a heavy snowfall. My Willow, why didn't you come back? You didn't like the welcoming gift I prepared for you? His words dissolve into the air as if spoken to someone unseen. Then, without hesitation, He walked towards the massive tentacles. They embraced and devoured him instantly. Papa, wake up! I won't lie to you ever again. Please don't leave me alone. Please. Her cries echoed through the shattered church. The infested followers nearby start to approach her. You will stop them. Another 12. God damn. There's no time to hesitate. I need to save her. She is not good with melee. Bum 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 dun, bum 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 dun, dun. I got 4 stacks. God. Right. Boom, 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 boom. Irene, let's go. No, I'm not leaving without Papa. Irene refuses to move, her small hands clutching onto her father's clothes with all her strength. Tears stream down her face as she sobs. With no other choice, you swiftly strike the side of her neck. Her body goes limp in your arms. As you lift her up, a strange sensation spreads through you. The numbness in your limbs begins to fade. Irene joins the team. I need to hurry. Sherman lies motionless, his body devoid of life. Greed over need. Collect 10,000 gold from them. Damn. Evade the tentacles. You evade the tentacle swiftly. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, Amy with a Y needs some healing. The cherished child of the Sherman family, suffering from an unknown illness and thus occasionally falling into a coma. Timid and young, having a strong dependency on her father. She is not really good at much. I don't feel right. What happened? What did I get? Parasited. Drain the flesh of the host. 3 stacks of parasite will kill the host. Oh, lovely. Okay. You evade the tentacle swiftly. There's the option. What? What am I supposed to do now? I can't remember. Oh, the fire! There's going to be a great fire. I have to go. Your grip on the girl weakens. The weight of her presence feels foreign, unnecessary. A burden. Why were you carrying a child all this time? The thought lingers only for a moment before instinct takes over. Without hesitation, you set her down and turn away. Okay. Blossoms of God's blood. The ravenous mass of flesh engulfs the town. Spores drift through the air like silent snowfall, settling onto those who remain. One by one, the townspeople are infested into something no longer human. By dawn, the chaos fades. Your memories tell you it was a fire that consumed everything, a great blaze that devoured the whole town, and you are among the few who survived. Years later, you return. The place you remembered is gone. Everything you once saw, every street and building is either reduced to rubble or in the slow process of being rebuilt. The fire is forgotten, and is as if it never happens. As you gaze upward, you catch a glimpse of something drifting in the sky. White dandelion seeds, weightless, carried by the wind, just like the snowfall in your memory. Who knows where they'll land next? Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Load. And we'll go back here. Now we'll continue on to the path that I've played before. But that's going to be next part. Thanks for watching.